Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chaz. How are you? I want to do a few mind reading tricks on you this evening. What I'd like you to do is think of a number out of 1 to 4. Just think of one of them numbers out of 1 to 4. 3. How many people actually thought of 3? Okay, another one. What I want you to do is think of a number, a 2-digit number between 1 and 50. Make both digits different digits, but don't make them the same digit. So think of a 2-digit number, odd digits, but don't make them the same odd digits. A 2-digit number, odd digits, but don't make them the same odd digit between 1 and 50. How many actually thought of 37? I'm thinking of. Okay, another one. I want you to think of a number between 50 and 100. A 2-digit number between 50 and 100. Make the 2 digits even digits, but not the same even digit. A 2-digit number, make both digits even digits, but not the same even digits. Now I'm getting 2 impressions that I think you're thinking of. I'm reading your mind. It's either a 68 or it's the other way around, it's 86. Okay, another one what I want you to do is think of a jungle animal. First one that comes into your head, think of a jungle animal. Okay, I'm getting the impression of a lion. How many people actually thought of a lion? But a lion doesn't live in the jungle, it lives in the plains of Africa. Another one is think of a number out of 1 to 9. Okay, times that number by 9. Okay, so whatever number you've got, what I'd like you to do now, say for instance the number you've got now is 26. You would add the 2 to the 6 to get 8. Whatever your 2-digit number was, add them up together to get a totally different number. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is take 5 from that number that you end up with. Okay, so now you should be left with a number. Okay, what I want you to do with a number is give that number its alphabetical equivalent. If it was number 1, give it A. If it was number 2, give it B, and so on down the alphabet until you come to your letter. Okay, so now you should have a letter. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is think of a country that begins with that letter. Now it can't be a foreign name of the country, it has to be the English name of that particular country beginning with that letter. Okay, hold that country in your head. Now the second letter of the country, I want you to think of an animal beginning with that letter and also a colour that is associated with that animal. Okay, so now in your head you should have a country, an animal and a colour. Okay, so just let's recap. You thought of a number out of 1 to 9, you've times that number by 9, the answer you got from timesing it by 9, you've had the 2 digits up together and you've taken 5 from the answer, which leaves you a totally different number. That number that you got, you give it the alphabetical equivalent. Okay, you thought of a country beginning with that letter, the second letter of the country, you thought of an animal beginning with that letter and also a colour that's associated with that animal. That was a completely free choice. You could have chosen any number out of 1 to 9. You could have chosen any country, any animal and also any colour. So now I'm going to try and read your mind. And the impression I'm getting is that, well, it can't be right because there aren't any grey elephants in Denmark. Okay, what I want you to do now is start thinking of a piece of furniture that you look at every day in your house. What I want you to do is just draw a box in your mind and just channel that thought right over to me through the actual webcam. Okay? Just try and broadcast the thought right over to me into my... Now, I'm getting a few objects in my, I'm getting a table. It's either a table or a television on the table, or see, I'm also getting a chair. So I'm not too sure which one, but a chair, a table or a television that you were thinking of. Okay, thank you very much.